and welcome to another backstage interview for the September edition of the Metals Investor Forum. I'm Gwen Preston, and I'm joined right now by John Mirko of Rokmaster Resources. John, thanks for taking the time. I know you're pretty busy because Rokmaster has been really doing a lot in the last few months, and it turns out that leads to quite the lineup of news that we're expecting over the next little while. So do you want to take us through that? What do you think is going to be, I mean, I know you have both drill results from the surface program and the resource estimate. So let's talk about both of those because they're equally exciting in my books.
Absolutely, Gwen. Let's just launch right into that. Yes, we're still waiting for assay results. We've got a few in from a couple of holes, but we're waiting for the bulk of our surface holes. So surface results we're waiting on. The only other rock that went to the lab was our the qualifying people writing the updated resource calculations have taken a couple of dozen check samples of the drill core. They quartered that drill core under their supervision. It was the Ontario company, P&E Consultants, took that those samples back to Ontario and for a short week and a half turnaround on that because it was a small batch and they did a rush. So in Ontario. So they're working on updating the resource calculation, or rather the previous 43101 resource calculation. So that'll be updated likely in the month of October. I'll be able to release the results. That'll of course be before the final report is submitted on CDAR, which will have to be within in 45 days of that. Mm-hmm. So I'll get those results out pretty quick.
I mean, those are both, drill results are great. Drill results happen. You have been drilling for a long time now. And so you released a bunch from when you were drilling from the portal to expand the resource down. And now you're working to expand it along strike drilling.
Yeah, so we're prospecting along strike with a surface drill. It's all a helicopter program. And we've been doing that since July, I think, if not a little earlier. It took a while to get the permit just because it involved us getting a 5-year permit, 50 some odd drill pads, and you needed to get cutting permits and environmental work, et cetera, had to be done before that got signed off. So we've got that. We have a 5-year permit for surface drilling on the trend that extends for 8 kilometers. And that doesn't count other areas on the property. We've got a lot of other drill permit applications we're putting together now for about 10 other areas up to 20 kilometers to the north. But same thing, we're waiting for the assay results from these surface samples. All the surface samples and any of the check soil samples, those are all, they went in as rush. And the reason we do that is because the snow's coming and if we need to check something on the ground, we need to get out there right now. We have a helicopter on site to do that services the drill. The lab, we expect to have the bulk of our drill results in. We were told Monday. And that's not going to happen this week. I won $5 bet with my geology crowd that Monday was. So anyways, it's going to happen soon, and we'll put all that together, and Jim Oliver and our crew will, formulate a good news release for that. That'll be great. And then we'll follow up with a news release regarding our updated resource, which you wanted to know what it was the other day. Can't tell you that.
Everybody wants to know, Jim. It looks like you extended the resource, you doubled its dip all the way along strike, and it was already 2 million gold equivalent ounces. So, I mean, that is very general arm waving, but
so give us about 4 weeks to put together all this information that we have on the surface. We're going to add some of that to the resource update. There's a lot of discussion going on with our team about ore controls. We've seen a lot of different mineralization along strike along that structure. So very interesting things happening. We've also put in or reanalyzed some of the previous drilling from underground for looking for gold, looking for coarse gold. So we've done that. We found some more, and we'll somehow incorporate that into a news release also. But that, we're going to expand on that underground in the winter. In the winter, we'll get the underground drill back going. Same drill crew. We've got a high-tech diamond drilling drill crew that's going to live on this property for the next 40 years. So, yeah, and their children. So In fact, one of them is about to have a new baby soon in Revelstoke.
Amazing.
Amazing. So they're going to be drilling underground in the winter, and we'll drill, around that resource and the new resource, and we're going to follow up on this on what's happening with the free gold zone, which we think is a parallel zone. It's looking like it's a parallel zone, so it might not be related to the sulfide zone other than being in the same area. Different pulse of mineralization, and we're trying to follow it upwards a bit to see if we can find some more of that shallower. It's pretty boring looking stuff, so it might not have been picked up by the the previous guys.
So let's check assays on historic core.
Double check all
Who
that.
knows?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there.
Well, some of those drill holes were actually stopped short because people would drill past the main zone into the footwall zone and stop.
Right.
But this is a little bit past that. So, so we'll double check that and do some drilling underground, and that'll also include metallurgical. We'll get some metallurgical holes in larger core for metallurgical samples, and that'll be at a different level, of course, than most of the metallurgy was all done halfway below the surface at that 830 level.
Right. Yeah.
We'll do another round down there, and that'll be of a what you would call a preliminary, or sorry, a pre-feasibility level of metallurgical work, which will be it. There won't be any need to do any more, as far as I'm concerned. I got to stop paying those guys.
At the end of the day, a lot going on. So waiting for service results, obviously updating the resource. That's a huge catalyst or news event going forward. These mat holes coming up. And then as winter approaches, you do have this portal so you can do work from underground, and there's lots of work to be done from underground related to expanding the resource further, but also understanding this free gold zone and how it relates and drilling it. I mean, that's a lot going on. And thankfully you can just carry on through the winter with, the pauses that are needed to wrap your head around all the data.
Yeah, so we have a permitting process that's about to start for a full mine permit. And we also have ongoing metallurgical work being done by us in South Africa by Outokumpu Metso pressure ox guys. And those results, the same thing, they're waiting for lab results. So there you go.
If all of us in the industry could collectively jump in and work in the labs for a few days, we would, to get this backlog through, right?
That's right. Go work the crusher after dinner.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Well, look forward to keeping up with all this news as it comes. I mean, the resource estimate is an exciting event, and it's just on the horizon, so that's exciting. But then lots more to come as winter progresses. You
betcha. Yeah. No, I'm on pins and needles for a lot of things here. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck, and we look forward to keeping up with the story.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for let's talk again soon.